and you're thinking, it kind of opens your mind up to the world and like how like mad the world is in football. Like in England, we have such an arrogance of, oh, I'm a baller, I'm a baller, I'm a baller, I'm the best. Listen, man. There's a guy in Brazil, there's a guy in Morocco, there's a guy in Senegal, there's a guy in Ivory Coast right now who's balling out, and you've never heard of his name, and he's better than you. He's more technical than you, he's faster than you, stronger than you, he's got everything, but he just hasn't been seen. Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy, Jordan Antonio Brown, and we're going to be speaking about today, what is it like to play at TST, the soccer tournament? 7v7, $1 million on the line, big bucks, what we're talking about, because big bucks was on the line for real, and we could have been walking home with upwards of 30k each per player, and it would have been great to actually get that down, maybe get a little treat, go on holiday, but it didn't happen. And I'm going to take you through why that might have not happened, what we could have been lacking maybe for our team, what we could have done better, what the other teams were saying, what the tournament was saying in a general concept basis. I think there's a lot of good players in the world, and I actually forgot about that going into this tournament. It was something that seven-side football wasn't something I took too seriously a few years ago, but yeah, now it's something that I take very serious because there's a lot of good players, man. And a lot of players, they drop out of the professional game to go play seven-a-side. And you do realize that in these tournaments, and you're actually remembering and forgetting that the world's a big place. And there's a lot of good players who either didn't make it, had already made it, and they've retired, or they just prefer playing seven-a-sides rather than, professional game. Because professional games it's a lot more political, and it's a lot more work as well, a lot more commitment. So I understand why, we'll get into all of that actually, because I'm going to touch on myself and how I see myself being in the seven-a-side, six-a-side game moving forward. But yeah, let's talk about TST. So TST was formed, I think, 3 years ago. It's been going on 3 years now. Been a lot of notable names that have taken part. A lot of people have built their brands in soccer, football through TST, which has helped them, and TST has helped them also. So yeah, it's a big thing. Like I used to see it pop up on my socials. People that I know have scored a lot of good goals there. A lot of players I know that have gone over there, and I've always thought, that's something that I fancy. That's something that looks appealing to me, and I would actually want to go over there and do something with a team. And I had an opportunity, I think 2 years ago. It was at West Ham, where I had an opportunity to go over there. I don't know why it didn't really work out. Um, can't really remember why it didn't work out with West Ham, but West Ham were actually going to go again this year on the basis of if they stayed in the Premier League, and it wasn't really looking like they were going to stay in the Premier League, so they pulled the plug on going to TST. But I know TST are big fans of them, and West Ham are big fans of TST, and they make sure they get looked after when they're there. So I would have been potentially a part of West Ham. I'm not sure how they would have done things differently. I know their social media is crazy when they go over there, and if you want to be a content creator and you want to do things in that world, it will definitely be beneficial for you going over playing for West Ham. But me personally, I wanted the $1 million, man. I wanted to actually, have a shot at, winning, and it's not even like the money aspect, just winning. That you play football to win. So, West Ham, do they recruit well? I've seen they recruited like, a few futsal players and whatever. I don't know their background, so I'm not really too sure on who they are and what they do. But, I went with my gut, and I was actually correct in going with my gut this time. A lot of past decisions, maybe when I've been younger, I haven't made the right decision in football, and I've picked the wrong decision and the wrong choice, and it's caught up upon me. But this time I think I made the right choice, and I went with my gut, and I went with the Canadian team from Edmonton Rangers FC, who are a futsal team based out in Edmonton. just north of Calgary, 3 hours with a drive. And I think I made my best decision in a long while, to be honest. I think, yeah, it was a great experience going over there, playing with them. I know a few of the boys already because I've played with them, you know, for different teams, whether it be they've been on trial or whether it be I played against them or I played with them. So there's a handful of boys I know quite well, or well enough actually not to be walking in blind and blindsided by what was to come. But shout out Ashik, what a guy. He runs Edmonton Rangers over there and he's done a great job, man. Great job with the boys. Boys, I knew going into that dressing room, it was going to be very easy for me to adapt since I played in Canada. And also I know the culture and Canadians are very hardworking people, very honest people and athletic as well. And, also they got technical ability, you know, so I knew going there, it wouldn't be some team that, you know, don't stand a chance of doing something. It was a good foundation, good base going into, as you can see, I'm repping Edmonton right now. And yeah, man, it was the right decision, definitely. Shout out Bruno for plugging me. It was really good for me to see some of the guys again. So, my team, I was playing on a team with, a guy who plays for Bangladesh national team, who just recently beat San Marino, Shamit Shom. I was playing with a few boys who've had CPL experience alongside himself. Shamit has played in MLS for Montreal. CPL experience with David Doe and Bruno Zebi. A few other boys as well. Paul played with at Pacific. Um, yeah, there's a few other boys that they got experience as well. And, you know, I was able to shout some of my UK mandems. Yeah, they say kind of the UK mandems. So I was able to shout some of my UK guys and bring them over to help reinforce the squad and create some level of like, we're used to this kind of circus when it comes to baller league and it comes to, just being a bit rogue, and dealing with maybe the pressure, side of things. So yeah, I brought some of my guys from the UK, which was good. And we got a lot of clips that I can show you, in these videos. But yeah, man, what was my expectations going in for the team? I mean, I was always saying quarterfinals, and I was actually right, to be fair. Like, I think we could have got to the quarterfinals with a bit more luck. The first game, was against a really easy team. And let me backpedal, actually. Let me go into like how the travel and everything goes. So we traveled the day after the Ball League final, right? And the Ball League final, a lot of emotions, a lot of drama. And the next day you're jumping on a flight, which is going to be taking like pretty much most of the day, more than half the day anyway, to travel to America because we had a stop in between. That's the only thing in this trip I can say that I wish we'd done a bit better going towards there, but I don't know if it affected us that much, to be honest. I don't think it would have had an effect either way. And I'll get into the reason why, because we traveled, we got there like 11 o'clock at night, landed. I think we left England maybe 12, I want to say, 12 p.m. So that would have been like 7 Eastern time US. And then we ended up getting there 11 Eastern time US. So our first game was 10 in the morning. Luckily enough, we were playing against a team that weren't great. So we were able to feel ourselves into the game. And I wasn't really pushing that much into that first game because, yeah, it would have been a lot for me to do that because, I would have blew my gasket and it would have been too much for me to get through the whole period. So I was trying to pace myself. Obviously going into that game, we won 5-2, target score. We let up a couple goals, which was a mistake that we made, which we shouldn't have done. But we went into the next game against Furia. And I'll tell you, this team, yeah, I ain't played a team like this in a minute. The team was crazy. The amount of players, rotations, tiki-taka football, flair, Brazilian, and you're thinking, it kind of opens your mind up to the world and like how like mad the world is in football. Like in England, we have such an arrogance of, oh, you know, I'm a baller, I'm the best. Listen, man, there's a guy in Brazil, there's a guy in Morocco, there's a guy in Senegal, there's a guy in Ivory Coast right now who's balling out and you've never heard of his name, and he's better than you. He's more technical than you, he's faster than you, stronger than you, he's got everything, but he just hasn't been seen. You know what I mean? And went to show that Kings League Brazil must be a madness. I know they won it, I'm pretty sure they won it, but it's a madness, you know, and that's Neymar's team. So Neymar ain't picking no scrubs, you know what I mean? He's picking ballers for sure. So yeah, that game, we got humbled. I can't lie. We got humbled, man. And come off the pitch, feeling it. My heart was hurting. Because I was thinking, am I good enough to play this sport? That's how I was feeling, yeah? Obviously, it's a team game. I scored in the game, but it don't matter, man. Like, what I was doing in the game, I'm always win first. I'm a win first guy. I'll tell anyone first, like first hand, anyone who knows me knows I'm a win first guy. I don't care about individual stuff, yeah? As a team, individually also, I'm looking at myself and thinking, bro, am I good enough to play this game? Like, I was deep in it. I was like, do I need to go back to the drawing board and start training again? Like, proper, like ball to the wall type stuff. I was actually quite, like, I was disheartened, you know what I mean? And like, it was good that I felt like that because, you know, it's kind of giving me something inside for me to like get to the next level, because I feel like obviously in this 7-a-side game, I'm still learning it out, and obviously it's kind of like my first real go, I would say, apart from season 1 Baller League. It's like my first go at something like this where someone's giving me full faith, go do your thing on a big stage like this, and a lot of eyes watching, a lot of people watching live streams and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it was good, man. It was a good lesson. And then third game, Orlando Pirates, we both lost to Furia and we both won against that real Atletico team, except they battered them like 10, 11-0, which we should have done. We played Orlando Pirates 1-0 down until the target score, and we came back 2-1, man. And I swear on everything, that feeling that I got when Daniel scored that goal in target score, yeah, open goal, I swear I ain't felt like that in years in football, you know. Like, you see that euphoria, you know, these names, that these terminologies that people use, that is like euphoric, like the eccentric feeling, like that stuff that you don't get. Like, it felt like we won the World Cup, I swear down. Like, it was mad, like. And it's like when you work for something as well. In the game, yeah, I did a run up the pitch. Afterwards, I went like this. And then the whole bench is going crazy because they're like, this is like one of their main guys or whatever. He wants to come off the pitch. Like, kill them now. And then I did another run back. I think I might have won the ball or something. And then we counter-attacked again. And I've squared it off to my teammate. After that, I was done. I was throwing up while running off the pitch. I've never like got to that level of exhaustion in years, like how I was feeling. Like, even bleep test has never made me really feel like that. And that's just heart desire, doing it for your team and for the win. And of course, there was $1 million on the line. So we're gonna do a madness to get that, right? So yeah, man, I think, yeah, good experience, man. Obviously in the next game, round of 32, we just got unlucky, man. 1-1 going into the target score, last minute, last second actually of the game, you know. I've assisted one of my teammates going in 1-1, and, you know, target score, if you don't kind of capitalize on when you have the ball, I think when they have the ball, it gets dark at times, because these teams, they keep the ball for the whole 3 minutes, because it's 3 minutes until they drop a man down. So make sure you go check out the rules. I might do another video on the rules of the format, because I might not have enough time. But yeah, like, that was against Aguero's team. Aguero's on the side. He knows who I am because they've done scouting reports on, the games before, and he's been seeing like, which players who or whatever. So it's a mad experience, isn't it? It's like, whenever am I gonna get like potentially Neymar and Aguero ever watching me play? Like that would never ever happen. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, so I think for a lot of people it's like their Champions League, and it went to show it, like Kings League All-Stars, watching them play, like the amount of attention they get and the amount of love and, fans and support they get is crazy. Like, you'd think like these guys are like Neymar, you know what I mean, in their own right. Maybe not to that level, but yeah, of a similar, for your level, they are who they are, basically, you know what I mean? Maybe one day, you never know how this goes in seven-side, that could end up being like that. But who was around the place? So I'm seeing Chris Paul, CP3, yeah? I'm looking kind of like him right now in the basketball North American gear right now. Who else was there? Piqué, Gerard Piqué, Aguero. Neymar wasn't in attendance. He's getting obviously ready for the World Cup. Ochocinco was there. A few female footballers, Hope Solo, she was there. Mad footballers like in attendance, mad celebrities in attendance, people watching it. It's crazy. It's soon gonna grow, and the state or the city or the town, I don't know which one, has funded it for another 3 years. So that's $1 million a piece, because there's a men's section, a women's section, and a mixed section. So they're getting funded for the next 2 to 3 years. So this is going to be going on. So I'll definitely be going next year. Hopefully we find, the right sponsors to sponsor us, or we bring through a big name coming through with the tournament. But like I said, I'm so happy that I picked Edmonton Rangers FC. I built a family with them. I'm going to be in, contact with them weekly, monthly from this point on. They got other tournaments coming up, which is good to see. They got other things going on in different countries, traveling here, nationwide in Canada, Fiji. They might go to a tournament. So it's going to be really good to be involved with them going forward. These are my boys. This is my team. I'm a loyal guy. I know other teams, they might want to shout me or this and that. Nah, I'm with these, man. Maybe could do a little collab with West Ham. Maybe I can play a game or two for West Ham. Maybe that could be done. But other than that, I'm not going anywhere else. These are my guys. So, yeah, the facilities though. Let's talk about the facilities. Obviously, to get into the actual building, you needed one of these. So this was my card. Don't know if you can see that there. You can focus. But that was my card to get in. So you needed a lanyard, yeah, to go through. And obviously people talk about America, it's very dangerous. You need to go through the security every single time you go into the venue. And to actually explain it, I can't really explain how the venue is. It's like Hyde Park. Can you imagine if you're from UK, yeah? Or I've played in Calgary for a team called Calvary FC. And at Spruce Meadows, our owner had a big venue with big land, acres of land where she owned. And it's just like Disneyland, where you can go from site to site. And it's kind of like that. It's like, it's got in the middle, imagine in the middle, got all these like kind of pop-up shops that you have in like a Shoreditch, for example. And then you have like different pitches scattered around. And then obviously you've got a main pitch, which is like where the final was played, where you got like majority of the people on the big stand, and then you got, different stands and stuff. Like obviously it's all manufactured to like where you can go and put it all together, But the grass, I have to say, the grass, definitely one of the best grass pitches I ever played on. Don't think I've played on a grass pitch like that since I was at Arsenal, I'll be real. So yeah, man, proper great tournament, great festival. What else can I say? What I can add? You know what, yeah? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys, yeah? Comment down below, ask me any question. I'm gonna also put this on Instagram. Ask me questions about this, and I'm gonna do separate videos on certain topics, because like there's a lot to talk about this whole thing, tournament. $1 million, how they even give you the $1 million and everything like that. Like, it's mad, yeah? And I'll get into little secrets and gems that, like, you guys won't know, which happen out there. So, yeah, man, it's your boy, Jordan Antonio Brown. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm making sure that I get to 500 subs very soon. I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways on my channel. I'm going to be going to other things now, like, you know, shooting drills, working with other players and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you guys check that out. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.